Real people, real opinions, Real Talk Radio. The multi-award winning Niall Boylan Show.
Ireland's classic hits.
Do you believe in psychics and mediums? Linda, you're on Ireland's classic hits. How you doing, Linda? Linda.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, sorry, Linda. You were gone there for a second. Oh.
Hi, can you hear me? Do you know what? I'm actually down in the countryside here. Not sure if you can hear me properly.
I can't. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to go to Kevin very quickly because I think I might actually be our phone lines. Kevin, how are you doing? Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, John. I'm just going to close that off, reopen it again while I'm talking, and we get those callers back on the line again because we seem to have a slight delay. So just give me 2 seconds, John, and I shall sort that out for you momentarily. In the meantime, I want you to keep texting 087 188 0008. That's 087 188 0008. And let me know, do you believe that psychics, do you actually think they're real? I see. You know what's happening here now? Because I've slagged off psychics, there's a psychic out there somewhere, and they're going, Boylan, we're gonna get you back. We're gonna get you back for this, Boylan. Yeah, and you know they probably will. That's what they're doing right now. It should come back on in a second. 5 seconds there for you, John. Hold on, you don't have to wait, and it'll come back on for you. Okay, thank you, John. I do apologise, putting John under a lot of pressure there because he has to go and get the callers back on the line again now. Anyway, he shall do that momentarily. Also, by the way, keep your text coming in WhatsApp. Somebody says, not in relation to squealing on people. I should think nobody should ever squeal on anybody. Well, yeah, I understand that. I mean, you shouldn't really squeal on people. I mean, but in saying that, what do they say? Snitches get stitches. That's for our second topic, all right? Now, my mother goes to a psychic all the time. Actually, she does live in Tallaght, coincidentally. She only charges €30, and a lot of the local women go to her. My mother lost my father many years ago, and it makes her feel better to think that she's talking to him. I don't necessarily believe it. Let me go back to Linda. Whoop, there we go. Linda.
Hi, how are you?
That's better, Linda. Now I can hear you.
That's way much better.
Ah, yeah. So, Linda, do you believe in psychics?
Do you know what? Funny enough, I went to a psychic about, I think it was three years ago.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're going to have 2 kids. You're going to have Irish twins. And I was like, no. At the time, I didn't want kids. And I was like, absolutely no way. And what do you know? I'm sitting here with Irish twins.
Here's the thing, Linda. What age were you when you went to her?
I was 27.
Did you have an engagement ring on your finger?
You know what? I didn't. Bad.
See, I'm ever the skeptic, so I'm thinking to myself, was she looking at you thinking, this one's just got married, she's got an engagement ring on her finger?
No, do you know what? I didn't even have a boyfriend.
Oh, right. Right. So how long did it take you to have the Irish twins after she said it?
So I obviously had my baby, and then 3 months after, I fell pregnant again.
Well, then they're not twins.
No, Irish twins is like when you have them within the same kind of...
Oh, that's a thing, is it? Oh, I didn't know that. I've never heard of that.
Oh, Irish twins, that's the thing. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Well, then that's the same with my son and daughter. One of my son is 23 and my daughter is 21, but there's only like 11 months or 12 months between them or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. You've got Irish twins.
Well, I was right. I didn't know it was called Irish twins. Right, okay.
Yeah.
But that would be fairly predictable that a young woman who didn't really have any children yet is likely to have children and probably likely to have them close together because most people have kids close together, don't they?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of guesswork, you know what I mean? Were you feeling a bit broody when you went to her? Like, were you looking a bit broody?
You know what? I was, at the time, I wasn't really in a good place, and I was like, oh, I just kind of need to sort my life together. I was like, I didn't really believe in psychics, so I was like, one of my friends actually recommended her. She's really, really good. I actually go to her now quite often. And like, she told me a lot of stuff, like a lot about my past and everything, and it was bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. I 100% believe in them. But do you know what? There is the frauds out there, but you have to go to reliable ones.
Tell me something else that she told you that she couldn't have possibly known. Like, even You know, nowadays it's a lot easier for it to be a fraud and a psychic fraud because you just have to go on social media. Years ago, it was a lot more difficult for them. So, but tell me something that she couldn't have possibly known that she told you.
So I have, well, sure, no one knows me on the radio, so it's fine if I say this. I have a half sister that no one knows about.
Okay. And she knew.
She actually said her name, and I was like, that's the one that kind of threw me off. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
And was there no chance that you might have slipped her name out yourself by accident? Because
so you see, like, I'm not even in contact with this half sister.
Right. But what I'm saying to you is, with a lot of these psychics, when people come away from them, they say, oh, she knew this, and she knew this, and she knew about my dad that died, and she knew he used to love to cut in the grass, and all this kind of stuff. But they forget about the stuff that they kind of guessed that they didn't get right. Do you understand the 40 things or 50 things that they didn't get right? They only remember the good ones they did get right. And that's, trial and error sometimes. And then, and they pull information out of you. They do pull information out of you.
Well, yeah, but I don't have social media.
That's a surprise nowadays, isn't it? Yeah, but you're not missing, Linda. You're not missing out on anything. Don't worry.
No, I bloody hope I'm not living in the real world here.
Yeah.
But I don't have social media, so that's my one thing is like I feel psychics love people on social media before they go to them. But I was like, I don't have social media. I'm just going to go see what happens. And she was able to tell me my parents' names, and I was like, that is absolutely bizarre.
I would never ever call anybody a liar, or I would never insinuate that anybody's making up stories. But I just find it so hard to believe that somebody could be that accurate.
Now, this one, she's in like quite far in the countryside. She's quite kind of like unknown. But a lot of people around my area have gone to her, and like she is quite accurate. To be fair, like she told me I was going to have Irish twins, and I had them.
She didn't tell you their names or anything like that.
No, she didn't tell me the names. I picked names myself.
And can you explain to me why the vast majority of people who go to them, probably 95%, are women?
Do you know what? To be fair, they are women. They're all women.
Why? Are you all that insecure that you need reassurance from a psychic? Why is it? Or he is just more gullible? I don't know.
It's just wanting to know what's in the future.
You're not just wait till it happens.
Do you know what? It's hope as well.
Do you believe in destiny? Do you believe but do you believe your life is mapped out already? Because based on what you're telling me, and a psychic knows the future, well, then we have to believe that your life is already mapped out. Or do you believe that you make your own destiny?
No, I believe it's mapped out.
So from start to finish, it's mapped out.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't leave us with much hope, then, does it? Because we can't change anything. So.
Yeah, I know, which is so weird. You know what? That's just the weird thing about it. It's just whatever's meant to happen is meant to happen, and there you know what? Go with the flow.
Que sera, sera.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
And how much did she charge you for the privilege of telling you about your Irish twins and the rest of it?
You'll never believe it.
She don't tell me she does it for free.
55.
55. Well, that's not bad. You go see a doctor for that.
Yeah, 55 was grand. Well, do you know what? It was for an hour as well.
55 quid, so left your hand that day for a bit of information.
Yeah.
Okay, will you give me some money? If I do it to you now, Linda, okay, let me see. Okay.
No, because I've had it read.
Yeah, no, but I know, we've never met, have we?
No, we haven't. I did message you on Instagram and you didn't reply to me.
Oh, I see. I don't really
Off
do
my fake account.
Yeah, I don't really do Instagram, Linda. Anyway, so okay, I'm going to do a bit of psychic reading on you now, right? Okay. Okay. I sense that you've been very unlucky in love over the last 10 years, but now you've found somebody. But that's not exactly really what you want.
No, do you know what? That's actually not true because I've been very lucky with love, but I haven't loved any of them back.
Oh, they've loved you.
They loved me, but I didn't love them.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, you're 5'4", you've brownish blondish hair.
You know what?
I hear your mates laughing in the background. You going, she wishes.
They are. No, sorry, we're having a few drinks here. I'm 5'7", and I have blonde hair.
Oh, right, okay. Well, it wasn't far off. I was 3 inches off.
Yeah, you were 3 inches too far.
Okay. But stay there for a second, Linda. Stay there. Kevin. Your friends are getting a good laugh out of you now. Kevin, you're in Ireland's Classic Hits Radio. How you doing, Kevin?
Hey, Niall, how you doing?
Good. You're listening to Linda. She parted with 55 quid to be told she'd Irish twins.
Yeah, I can't believe you never heard of. That's the rhythm method for you.
The rhythm method.
The Catholic Church. That's the Catholic Church aren't dead yet.
Yeah, don't use contraception. Just whip it out. Yeah.
Look, my scepticism, like you, would be that woman she went to see saw a woman of 27, mid-20s, of childbearing age, and assumed it's the most natural thing in the world.
She's going to have babies. Yeah.
Yeah, right, babies. And if they happen to be, chances are, like you said, and the lady, I can't remember her name, said
Linda
said that she's in a small village and only a handful of people know about her. You can't keep a secret in a small place.
I think the psychic was from a small village. I don't know Linda's. I don't think Linda doesn't sound like she's from a small village. She sounds like she's from Blackrock or Killiney or somewhere.
Oh, I know, but did she not say that there's only a handful of people who go to her? And she knows...
Linda, are you from the village? Linda, are you from the village?
From that place.
Yes,
she knows that woman.
I'm originated from Meath.
Okay, so you are from a small village?
From the village, yeah.
From Dunboyne?
Yeah.
Jeez, we all have our crosses to bear, don't we?
So someone in the village knows the family secret.
Yeah, sorry. So it's just that Linda does sound like, between me and you, Kevin.
I know.
She sounds like, the D4 type. Sorry, Linda.
The marbles are in the making.
I went to elocution lessons.
No offense, Linda.
She went to elocution lessons. Okay.
Well, they paid off. It
did pay off, Linda, yeah.
Thank you very much.
No, look, I'm a pure skeptic. Look, if you look at the evangelicals or any of those in America, what they do is, say you go to one of those big events, they actually have people who walk around the event before it starts and they talk to people. Like, they'll pick someone with a cane and they'll have people go, just randomly befriend them and get to know them, and then they'll go off and tell the guy. Yeah, and they'll go off and then pick that guy over there with a cane. He's had trouble with his legs and blah, blah, blah. And that's how they do it. Now, that's America. That's OTT. But, like, the whole thing's about people, even with robins. Oh, I saw a robin today, and that means someone's looking down on me, or a feather fell. Do
you know what? I love the feather falling from the sky thing, right? This thing. Right. Oh, there's a feather falling from the sky. That's good luck. Like it's a rare occasion. Where else would a feather fall from? I mean, it's not going to go upwards.
I think it symbolises someone's looking down on you as well. No, seriously. And, like, look, in relation to, I wouldn't touch one with a barge pole. Wouldn't touch one with a barge pole.
Would you not give them 55 quid just to have a go and just see what she says?
Oh, no, she'd be laughing to the bank. They all would. And, like, look, let's be honest. The reason a lot of women do it without being sexist, they're gullible.
Right.
They are more gullible than men. Men will just kind of go, no.
Yeah.
But they want to believe. Yeah. And that's the thing. And they know women, the heartstrings. Men don't have many heartstrings to pull on.
Yeah.
Women are more sensitive and more open.
Yeah, they can draw more money out of them as well, probably, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, next thing you know, it's over. And then Margaret tells Tracy and Tracy tells Linda, and it's the domino effect.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, and it's like, it is false hope. In my humble opinion, it is false hope.
Is it preying on vulnerable people? Is it preying on vulnerable people? Is it deception?
It depends. It is. If you're looking at, like, to know about this recently deceased loved ones or a child, then that's horrific. But if it's just curiosity and it's continual curiosity and you've just got more time in your hands than you do money, well then, no, that's
okay. Well, hang on. Let me go to somebody who does have more time in their hands than money. Karen.
Yeah, go on.
Karen, you're on Ireland's Classic Hits Radio. How are you?
I'm great. And you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Karen. So
a while.
It has been a while. So, Karen, Have you been to any of these psychics?
Yeah, like a medium.
Yeah, but the same thing, aren't
Yeah.
they? But they
Yeah,
tend to do
yeah.
both, you know.
Yeah. No, I have. Ranging from Keith Barry to someone local.
But no, Keith is a different kettle of fish because Keith doesn't claim
I
to
know
be
he is,
psychic.
but
He's an illusionist.
No, he doesn't. But doesn't he do what they all do? He reads people.
Yeah, but he'll admit
And-
that's what he does. He doesn't. He'll never tell you I can actually talk to dead people,
No,
I
know,
can
it's
tell
not
the
what
future.
they all do.
Yeah, he's just an
Really.
entertainer.
Yeah. Whereas the rest of them are saying that
It's
this is,
real.
you know,
Yeah.
there's dead people coming to them. Whereas, look, it's nice to have something to kind of believe in that maybe somebody was there. There's a nice feeling about it,
Right,
but
right.
I just can't cross that line of, oh yeah, I believe in this. This is definitely a thing.
So why is it
You know,
mainly
those
women?
couple of-
Why is it women that go to them mainly?
Because like that, we've got more money than sense. Our husbands have more money, and we have no sense with it.
Would you ever tell?
Um,
would you ever tell your husband you paid 55 quid to a psychic? No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't pay that. I couldn't pay that.
Right,
Like, I've been to one before and it was 30 quid.
30 quid too much if you ask me.
30 quid too much, yeah. But look, I went for the crack. I'll be honest. I went for the crack to see how, I wonder what'll come from
I
this.
mean, look, I'm entertaining
Um,
you right now, and it's not costing you a bean. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I know. Sure, look, I can go into a church, couldn't I?
Yeah.
And they'll tell me a load of crap as well. And we'll all pray together,
Yeah,
and we'll all
Bible
go
does
to
that.
heaven together.
Well,
you
some
know,
people
so
believe. Some people
same.
believe that. Yeah, yeah.
Same. But,
Mm.
you know, if I had friends who believed in it, I'd certainly be like, yeah, sure, look, I'll go with you for the crack.
Mm.
But do I believe in it? I just, no.
Do you believe there's
I
anybody
just-
in the world that's psychic or can talk to dead people? Or do you think they're
I'm
all
a psychic.
No.
I'm a psychic because I know where the stuff in the house is. So someone will say to me, where's such and such a thing, and I'll know where it is, but I'll choose whether or not I want to give that information.
Right. My mother used to be
So
like that.
I'm
My mother, you know, I'd say to my mother, where's such and such? And she'd say, it's in the press over there on the right, second press on the right. And I'd go over and open the press, do the typical man thing. I'd open the press and
I
go,
can't see it.
it's not there. And then she'd go, get out of my way. And she'd rummage and reach,
Yeah.
and then she'd go, there it is, if you opened your eyes.
Well, at least she's
God.
just saying, get out of my way. That's really nice. But they're not the words I would use.
So anyway,
I'd be more colourful.
but here's the thing. If you don't believe they're real, and Kevin doesn't believe they're real, and most people probably don't believe they're real, why are they allowed to do it? Because it's deception and it's fraud.
Because there's nobody stopping them. There's nothing to say
It's
you
not
cannot
against-
do
it's
this.
not illegal.
It's not against the law.
It's
It's not illegal.
Should it be illegal to deceive people?
Faith
It's
is
entertainment, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's like religion, I suppose. It's blind faith.
It's
You
a
believe
form
it.
of entertainment.
But it's hardly
No, you'd think
entertaining
so
when you're
to
sitting
Keith
there
Barry,
crying.
wouldn't you?
Hang on. Now, there's a difference in seeing Keith Barry, that's entertainment. You're going to a show. Keith's an illusionist and a good one at that, by the way. He's very entertaining, right? But when you're going to some Elwyn in a house somewhere and she's telling you about your dead dad or your child who passed away and you're sobbing your brains out and then handing her 55 quid, there's nothing entertaining about that.
It
But
doesn't
sure, look,
matter. It's
what
always
harm
good
is
news.
if that person gets a bit of comfort? What's the harm if they walk out of that and they feel a bit better?
So what are you saying, Kevin?
It's not always good news. It's like going to see a doctor, as you said earlier on. Doctor will give you
You
good
can
news
tell- you
and
can-
bad news.
And most of the time,
Well-
you can say to them, "I don't want to know any bad news."
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
And generally, bad news
what if
is
the
that
bad news is more
someone
important than
close
the
to
good
you is
news.
going to die.
He wants to know what if the bad news is more important than the good news. You're going to be hit by a bus in 2 months.
The bad news,
Yeah,
the bad
exactly.
news
So
is
why would you
usually
want to know that?
So at least you can avoid walking across roads.
So it's like if
It's-
that
but
girl
it's fair,
earlier on,
it's usually-
Linda said. Sorry, that girl Linda earlier on said that your life is planned out already. She believes that.
I don't
So why
believe
would
that.
You want to go to a psychic? No, I know. Neither do I. Right.
My
So why
theory
would
on
you
life
want
is
to
very
go to a psychic?
complicated. I
Find
won't
out.
even describe to you my theory on life and how destiny works because we'd be here all night and your minds would be
Right.
blown.
As far as I'm concerned, the lights go out and that's it.
You see, well, yes, but our destiny.
what
I'm
I-
talking about
That's very,
destiny.
very
Oh right. Oh, that's a weekender then, Noel.
Yeah, it is.
It's that long.
That's I don't know, sitting down, having a smoke, having a chat about it for 2 hours. Karen, do you think your life is mapped out
Yes.
already, like from the day you're born?
Yeah.
So there's no
More or less, yeah.
So in other words, there's no point in you really doing anything to change it because it's not going to change. Your life's mapped out for you.
But why go to a
Yeah, more or less.
So why not just we all sit in our holes? So because it's already mapped out for us. You know what I mean? And just let it happen. Let it just go in its merry way. You know what I mean? I don't believe.
Yeah, but
that.
you can. It can probably change slightly on the road.
Do you not
there'll always
create
be
your
a
own
couple of speed
destiny?
bumps, but I suppose you can to a certain extent, but if something's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Jeez, that's a very doomy and gloomy way of looking at things, isn't it?
Oh, well, I always felt like before I had my first child, I always in my gut, before I ever met my husband, I just always knew my first experience at motherhood was never going to be straightforward. I don't know why I ever felt that, but I did, and it wasn't.
But that wouldn't be an unusual feeling for most women
That's
because
talking to other mothers.
Yeah,
First-time mothers.
yeah.
They're all-
But most
it's
mothers, I
horrific.
think, go
Some
into
mothers
it
say-
thinking everything's going to be grand. Because you
no.
don't know
Oh,
any
that's a
different.
fairy
You've never
tale
been
you were
through it
listening to.
before.
Yeah, that is a fairy tale, Karen. I mean, I think most women, when they get pregnant, there's a mixture of emotions of delighted and happy and wonderful and great to concerned and what the, you know what I mean? And what the hell if that happens and goes wrong? So
Maybe I actually don't want to do this.
yeah. Can I have it taken back out, please?
Too late now.
Can we go back in time? Well, I've just upset that. I just upset the pro-lifers now. I didn't mean it in a sense of
You're not allowed to
abortion.
say anything anymore. You're not allowed to say anything anymore because everyone's going to be upset. You're going to trigger everyone no matter what you say anymore.
I know.
So
I'm triggering
say what
people.
you want to say.
Let's trigger Michelle for the crack. Michelle, you're in Ireland's Classic Hits Radio. How you doing, Michelle?
Christ, I knew you were going to say that, Niall.
Well, I'm triggering you.
I must be
Yeah, you're
psychic.
because you're
I must
psychic.
be psychic.
You must be.
Yeah, must be psychic. Yeah, I actually, Niall, to be very honest, I would love to find somebody that actually does what they say they can do. Because I've been to many over the years and I have yet to find somebody that can do what they say they do.
Tell the future. Like.
Yeah, or even, tell me things about people that have passed or anything like that. I mean, I go in and, look, I suppose I'm forever the optimist. I mean, there's that Alison Dubois in the United States. Now, I would believe that she can do what she said she can do. There's been lots and lots of stories to support it. But I have yet to find someone here. And I would love for somebody to be able to prove to me that there is such a thing and they can do it. But I'm still waiting.
What's that guy's name? John Randy, I think was his name. That's very original name. He's an American, I think Randy or Rand or something. But he offered £1 million to any psychic who could tell him what he wrote down. He wrote down one word or a group of letters on a piece of paper and put them in a sealed envelope in a safe. And he said he would give £1 million to any psychic who could tell him what's written in it. Nobody's come forward for the £1 million because there's no such thing.
No.
It's nonsense.
No. Now, I was actually telling Jonathan there when he was on the phone to me
Jesus,
earlier.
Jonathan, he gets his full title. Jeepers, you know that?
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, we just got...
It's probably because I'm from Cork, boy.
You listen to that, Karen. Jonathan, huh? Not just John or English
Jonathan.
John. Jonathan.
You
Not allowed to say
give it full
English, John.
title.
Yeah, well, his name is
But,
Jonathan, but nobody calls him Jonathan.
Oh, well.
His mother
maybe
calls
there's
him Jonathan when he's in
maybe
trouble.
there's a special connection there. We don't know.
Okay. Anyway,
But when I was talking to him there earlier, and I was saying the only time I've been to someone that I've got a little bit out of sorts from is, I can't remember the guy's name, but it must have been 25, 30 years ago. And I was sitting down in the chair and he was talking to me and, the usual same old spiel. And all of a sudden I felt a pressure around my legs and he just
that's
stopped in the
assault.
middle of what he
Can I
was
say that's assault? No, sorry, go on.
No, but he stopped in the middle of
Right.
what he was saying to me, and he just came out and he said, you're a beacon for the lost souls of children. And I was like, sorry? He said, can you feel anything just now? And I kind of looked at him. He goes, they're all gathered around your feet. Can you not feel the pressure from them? That is the only time I ever got somebody spooked in a reading. Other than that, the rest of them have been just full of baloney.
Kevin, you listening? She is a beacon for the lost souls of the children.
Right, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, how? I don't know how.
Come to that? How did she come to that?
Because she had
Yeah, well,
pressure
you
around
see-
her legs.
I'm not saying I 100% believe what he was saying. I don't know if there was some gadget in the room or anything like that. I really don't know.
Or
Well,
maybe
to
he
be
had
honest-
maybe he had one of his children under the table squeezing your legs.
Grabbing at my legs.
And he said to the child, when I say about the lost souls, you squeeze our legs, right?
Oh my God. No, but I must say, other than that, I have never, ever gone to anybody that has been able to prove to me they are what they say on the tin, basically.
No.
And I'd love to find someone.
Look at the Ouija board even. Do you know what that was originally? The Ouija board. Do you know what it was?
It was a
Maybe.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's toy.
Yeah.
And then some con artist came along and pretended that he could read to them. And then, that's exactly how the Ouija
It was made by
board got it.
Hasbro, isn't it? Or Mattel or one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You're spot on. And some con artist came along with two women, or I think they're sisters.
They must have been
And he
women.
went around the
They must have
country.
been. It was Karen and Michelle.
Probably
Oh,
a magnet stuck to the bottom of it.
But I see, on a very serious note, right? Anybody, and I watched a great documentary one night. I think, I can't remember his name, but he said, I'm going to pretend to be a psychic. He said, behind this curtain, and he was doing this documentary to expose psychics and mediums, right? He said there's 200 women in an audience, and they've been told I'm a very famous psychic. He says, I'm not. I have never been a psychic in my life. I've never been a medium. But he said, I've been practicing the Barnum method. So he went out and did this whole thing. You know, this, I'm sensing somebody with the letter K. The letter K only passed recently. Sure enough, one galoot in the audience jumps up. That's me, Auntie Carden, you know, whatever, right? And she goes,
Say the name away.
yeah. So, as if somebody is going to go to the trouble of dying, coming back again, and then whispering in his ear, tell him my name begins with a K. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the film Nightmare Alley?
No.
Have you ever seen the film Nightmare Alley? It's exactly that. It's a great film, right? It's I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it, but see that kind of con artistry about what you just described.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's and
So what-
mediums and people.
What they did was he started talking to this person about the letter K or the letter M or wherever it was, right?
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, I sense they died of something in this area," and he run his hand over his whole body. And she went, "That's
Yeah.
right. He had cancer of the stomach, right?" So then, yeah. So then he went, and he says, "I sense him in a doctor's office getting the bad news." And a loved one was
And
with,
where
and
else did he
a
get it?
loved one was with him. That's right, I was with him. So,
Where else
so
did he
then,
get the bad news?
then there was loads of stuff then that he guessed that was wrong. But there was one or two things, like he said something like, you know, they were married for a long time. You know that all their marriage went through a bad patch and all this. Cause there was a lot of stuff he got. He loved cutting the grass. So what man doesn't love cutting the grass? Yeah.
What marriage doesn't go through a bad patch?
Yeah. So all that kind of
You know
stuff.
what I mean?
So
Usually when he's cutting the grass.
So they interviewed her after, and they interviewed
Yeah.
this woman and said, "What do you think?" She said it was a brilliant show. But how could he have known their name? But when you look back, they show the clip. He didn't know their name. He said the letter K, but she was convinced. So she'll go off and tell her mates he knew about me Auntie Carden, you know what I mean, or whatever it was, and she knew her name. Well, she didn't. He didn't actually know her name. He just said K. She gave them the name. She volunteered that information. And you unconsciously volunteer information to these people, but you forget that you do that. See, I could do it. I could do it now to Michelle. I could be a psychic now for Michelle.
Go on then.
I know, but I don't want to get personal on you, Michelle, now.
Oh, go on.
Okay, I sense Michelle has an older daughter and a younger son, and sorry,
Reserved.
yeah, there's something happened about 10 years ago, something very serious in your
Oh
life.
no, that's actually me. That's me.
Oh, Karen.
That's why there's wrong person coming through.
Actually, I was sorry. I was talking to the wrong person. It-
I have an older daughter and a younger son, and I had a traumatic experience 10 years ago. But it's just because I talk to you too often.
See, I've actually went to the wrong person. I do apologise for that. As my psychic abilities failed me slightly there. I should have said Karen. That's what I should have said. And also Michelle.
See, there you go with the letter K again.
Michelle, you're going away on a trip. I sense you going away on a trip very soon. Oh, you're thinking of moving house. Sure, what woman isn't looking at someone else's house saying, I wish that was mine? You know what I mean?
Well, I tell you this much for nothing. You're wrong on the kids thing. You're wrong on the house thing, because I moved into my new house 2 years ago and I'm going to be carried out in a body bag.
So-
You
so another-
can't go wrong with you're thinking of redecorating. That
Yeah,
woman isn't.
you're
No
thinking of
offense,
redecorating.
redecorating.
Yeah, every woman wants to redecorate.
Redecorate. As soon as it's done, I want to change. Sorry, ladies, but you know I'm right.
Karen, is that you again?
Actually, Niall, I think I
still
can see
here.
a new
Wait,
car
wait,
in your
wait.
future.
Karen, I think we're talking about you quite a lot here tonight. You know what I mean?
I think there's an awful lot there that just tick all the boxes for me. The trip. There's a trip coming up in my life. What was the other one?
Redecorating.
The house. Constantly.
Yeah, you want a new house. You want a bigger one, don't you?
No. I'm happy.
new car.
I'm happy with the house.
But
I
now,
just got a new car.
she needs more
know
than a
that.
car. She needs a bus at this stage. You know what I mean? If there's any more, turn
No.
up.
No, I've downgraded. I did have a 7-seater and I'm back to a 5-seater.
Oh, you must have been listening to Eamon Ryan, were you? He wants
Right.
everyone to downgrade.
And no, it's a diesel car.
Doesn't matter. I know, but the Green Party told us diesel was great 10 years ago. Now it's not great
you want all
anymore.
the
I know, and
four-wheelers
I'm
off
going
the
to
road.
stick to my diesel. It's got it for 145 today.
What?
144.
Oh, that's cheap. It's coming down again in price, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
mind you, it should be at about 123 because it's cheaper
And
now than it was in 2008. But we're not. They're still ripping us off.
Yeah, no, I'll stick with my diesel, and the shed is full of turf. So, Eamon Ryan, you can go and go and see a psychic and see what they tell you about the future.
I wonder, does Leo Varadkar and Micheál Martin do they go to see psychics? Lads, I don't see it. I don't see us doing well in the general election. There's a woman from Cabra. She's a serious threat to us.
No, if they did go to see psychics, you can tell them to get rid of those socks because they're doing your credibility no favours.
What does he
whatsoever.
wear? Kylie Minogue socks or something? Is it her?
He wears all these. Leo wears all these mad purpley, bright fluorescent coloured socks with designs on them. He's always showing them off.
A type. Certain men wear them.
What?
Yeah, I can't say it on the radio.
Sarah, Karen, what are you trying to say?
Men who have a high opinion of themselves wear socks like that because they don't want you to make eye contact. They want you to keep looking down. They can't make eye contact with you.
Right.
So they wear them socks.
I was just
so you
calling
don't
him.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
My word began with a W. And ended in a K, so
It ends in an R, you idiot. Anyway, sorry, getting back to psychics on a serious note, Michelle, do you believe it should be illegal?
I think. Well, it is entertainment now. Some
would
people
you
take
stop
it
out
at
of
face
that?
Value, but I personally, I think it should be criminalised because, as I say, look, I have yet to come across one that will prove me that they can do what they say they can do.
I mean, you read the story or you heard the story I read at the start of the show that was all over the paper today. That's why I'm talking about it.
Yeah,
this young woman in Ballymun who convinced somebody that their deceased father told them to give her 10,000. You know?
Oh, gee.
I mean,
he didn't.
That's appalling.
She didn't do it, did he?
She was found guilty. You're all right. So she's awaiting sentencing. But in saying that, I mean, that's quite common for these psychics to prey on vulnerable people. You know, it is quite a common thing to do. You know, oh, you look you'll need to come back to me again next week. They said they're coming back next week and they want to talk to you again. Do you know what I mean? I'll be back. How much is that? Oh, yeah, it's an extra 20 for the next visit. Whatever, it's 80 quid
I'll
altogether.
fit you in. I'll make a special appointment for you. That's sort of, and it'll be an extra,
Because the dead person knows what time you're going to be here at.
Yeah. Sure, they're around 24/7. Can't get rid of them.
I often wondered, right, if we believe in life after death. Michelle, do you believe in life after death?
I do.
Karen, life after death?
Yeah.
Kevin, life after death?
Not a chance, because there is life after that. It's very packed up there.
Here's what I'm thinking, right? If the population of the world is 8 billion and we only live for 80 years, and if we look how long, human beings have been on this planet, this place where they all are, the dead people, there must be at least 2 or 3 trillion of them at this stage up there. John, just Google it. How many human beings have existed in the planet since it was started? I'm sure somebody on Google has asked the question before. It must be into the trillions. So they're all up there. It's probably packed, Michelle.
Up where?
What did you say? 170 billion. I thought it would have been more than that, but there you go. 170 billion, John reckons. 170 billion people.
I was room for a few more.
And all the little doggies that went to the farm, their souls are up there.
Here's
and all
something
the
else. Here's something else I just thought of, right? If 170 billion people have died, where are they all buried?
On top of each other.
Well, what was it? Paris is built on a grave. The catacombs were built over graves.
Yeah, I suppose they just
catacombs run underneath Paris.
They just become fossil fuel, really, don't they?
And the Black Death, whenever there's certain
they're not all buried.
villages
A lot
built
of them
over.
would have been cremated.
They weren't being cremated. They weren't being cremated years ago, Karen. That's only
They weren't.
That was kind of new thing, isn't
They
it?
were.
Cremation.
Is it eco-friendly
No.
now? Oh, there is one. There's a water one. It can be...
The Viking?
Liquidized?
It's a type of cremation now. It's an
No,
eco-friendly thing. It's a type of cremation and it's done in the water.
That's a Viking funeral.
Where they float you out and set you on fire as you're going out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Viking funeral. That's medieval.
Oh, that's still traditional in some countries, of these islands and these fancy islands where you go on honeymoons and things like that.
But I don't know, like Mystic Meg, and what was that guy who used to do the tarot cards back in the 80s?
Oh, the little
Russell something.
Russell Grant, was it? Or
Russell Grant,
Grant.
Yeah.
Capricorn. It's a great day for Capricorns. You're going to win some money today.
Everybody wants it. They made the whole industry explode, the two of them, especially Grant. And with that area of things, the tarot cards and then Mystic Meg. And
She only
exploded.
died. She only died there about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Mystic Meg.
I wasn't too sure if I heard something about that.
Yeah.
I wonder, did you see it coming?
There was a. By the way, can I just say there was a great story many, many years ago. There was a psychic. I won't tell you who she was, but anyway, she lost her job in this particular place she was working in, and I knew of the place very well. But she lost her job, and seemingly she took the company for unfair dismissal and took them to the courts. And the company had said, "Listen, we told her." And she said, so they printed the front page of the Herald, a picture of her, and they said, "Psychic said she never saw it coming." I thought, isn't that just the best headline ever?
I think I've heard that before. Not too sure.
Yeah,
that's real, is it?
Oh, that is a real story. Yeah. Because I knew the person, and she was, she was dismissed, so to speak, or let go. And,
that sounds awfully familiar. It's a while ago, though, if it is.
Yeah.
Or whenever it was.
Well, listen, lads, I'm gone way over time. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I was meant to have an ad break 15 minutes ago. These are all wonderful.
We're just great crack.
I know. Well, so much you, Karen, but Michelle and Kevin have been great. we need to cheer you up a little bit more, Karen. There's too many wants in your life and too many needs.
It's after 9 o'clock on a what is it, Wednesday?
Because you're a kept woman, Karen, you don't even know what day it is anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't even know what day it is because I was copying and I was the hair and the nails. And
Yeah, I know.
It's been an exhausting day.
While your husband went out and worked and you stayed at home making the fairy cakes.
He's only home.
Did you make him cakes?
No, I make lovely. I actually make lovely brown bread.
Brown bread. And do you have a bow in your hair? Do you have a bow in your hair?
No.
when he comes home? And do you have the children cleaned when he comes home? And of course,
The
don't
ki- the
bother him
kids-
with your
the
problems.
kids
He has
were
enough of his
clean
own.
today.
What?
Oh
I don't
God,
have
no,
many.
you're
The
on
kids
dodgy
were clean
ground.
today, actually. The kids were clean, and I made a lovely tray of chocolate biscuit cake this week.
See, are you listening to this, Michelle? This is your
You're a
real
keeper.
this is your Stepford wife here. We're talking about.
Oh my God, no! I was out boozing
And
a shade.
my latest venture is that I cycle up to the play school to collect my youngest and cycle back home.
You didn't get one of those bikes
I
with a
live-
little thing in the back of it to put them into or something, did you? know?
Yeah,
You did not.
yeah, I
Mary
do. have
Poppins.
one of them.
Oh.
I
No,
do,
that's-
and it has a basket on the front.
In case
and
you
I
wanted
live
to
my
buy
best life
Your
in
dog.
crowd.
for your dog.
No,
Toto.
the dog wouldn't fit. No, I don't have one of them little small dogs. I have a real dog, the real proper big dog,
Listen,
not a
Karen,
little handbag dog.
Michelle, Kevin, it's been a pleasure. You've been very entertaining, all three of you.
Real people, real opinions, real talk radio. The multi-award winning Niall Boylan Show.